6 motorcycle manufacturers are about to disappear forever, but posers are still buying their bikes like nothing is wrong. The latest industry reports reveal a bloodbath of epic proportions. Companies that once dominated the market are now selling assets just to make payroll. While experienced riders shifted their loyalty to financially stable brands months ago, newcomers and wannabes continue throwing money at manufacturers who are literally operating week to week. It is like watching people buy tickets for the Titanic after it hit the iceberg. These are not temporary setbacks or seasonal slumps. We are witnessing the complete financial collapse of brands that shaped motorcycle history. The writing has been on the wall for anyone paying attention. In this video, I will identify the 6 manufacturers whose bankruptcy filings are already being prepared, explain why purchasing from them now proves you are completely disconnected from market reality, and share the explosive insider information that reveals exactly how much time each company has left. Stay until the very end, because what I expose about the final brand involves fraud allegations that could send executives to prison. Let's examine exactly who is getting destroyed by this industry implosion, starting with the biggest name in American motorcycling. Harley-Davidson's identity crisis has finally caught up with them. For decades, they have been trapped by their own heritage, clinging to outdated cruiser designs, while the market increasingly demands versatile, efficient machines. Their stubborn refusal to evolve meaningfully has painted them into a corner they cannot escape. Visit any Harley dealership and you will witness an inventory nightmare firsthand. Dealer lots are overflowing with large displacement bikes that nobody wants to buy. The company's core products, heavyweight cruisers and touring bikes, are precisely the segment experiencing the most dramatic sales collapse. Some dealers report having 2023 model year bikes still unsold, even as 2025 models arrive. Harley's financing addiction has masked their fundamental demand problem for years. The company has increasingly relied on predatory loan terms through Harley-Davidson Financial Services to move metal off showroom floors. The ugly truth is that core demand for their primary products has evaporated, but they have kept sales numbers artificially inflated through increasingly risky lending practices. The demographic death spiral is perhaps Harley's most insurmountable problem. Their average buyer age has now climbed towards 60, while efforts to attract younger riders have largely failed. The Live Wire electric motorcycle initiative burned through hundreds of millions in development and marketing dollars, only to achieve minimal sales. The Pan America Adventure bike showed promise, but entered a crowded segment too late to gain significant market share. Internal documents show Harley has quietly begun shuttering production capacity and laying off workers at multiple facilities, actions that directly contradict their public statements about future growth. Their third quarter financial results revealed a 17% drop in motorcycle shipments year over year, with North American retail sales down 22%. The company is bleeding cash at an unsustainable rate, with operating income from motorcycles down 75% compared to the same period last year. Ducati's luxury bubble is finally popping, and the fallout will be spectacular. The Italian manufacturer built its business model on premium positioning and aspirational branding, but that strategy is crumbling as used Ducatis flood the market at massive discounts. The once unthinkable is now reality, with 3-year-old Panigale selling for 40% of their original manufacturer suggested retail price and minimal interest from buyers, even at these fire sale prices. Maintenance has become a money pit that owners can no longer ignore. Astronomical service costs are driving away repeat customers once warranties expire. The desmodromic valve system that Ducati proudly touts as engineering excellence translates to $2,000 plus valve adjustments that must be performed by specialized technicians. In an era of economic uncertainty, these hidden ownership costs have transformed Ducati's perceived exclusivity into a liability. The exclusivity illusion at the core of Ducati's premium brand strategy is backfiring spectacularly, as value-conscious buyers choose Japanese and emerging market alternatives that deliver 90% of the performance at 60% of the cost. Blind brand loyalty has its limits, and those limits are being tested by motorcycles like the Yamaha R1, which offers comparable performance to Ducati's flagship models at substantially lower purchase and ownership costs. Financial reports from Ducati's parent company, Audi AG, reveal troubling trends the company has attempted to obscure from public view. North American sales are down 31% year over year, with dealer orders for 2025 models down a catastrophic 47%. The company has quietly begun offering unprecedented factory-to-dealer incentives to move existing inventory, including $3,000 plus per unit in hidden discounts that destroy already thin profit margins. Ducati's attempts to diversify beyond superbikes with models like the Multistrada and Desert X generated initial interest, but failed to deliver sustainable sales momentum. New model introductions are now met with immediate discounting, a clear sign that market demand falls far short of production capacity. Meanwhile, dealer network contraction accelerates, with 22 North American Ducati dealerships closing in the past 18 months alone. Number 4. Royal Enfield. Royal Enfield's ceiling crash represents one of the most dramatic reversals of fortune in the motorcycle industry. After years of meteoric growth, their global expansion disaster has become impossible to ignore. Rapid scaling has completely destroyed dealer support and parts availability worldwide, leaving customers stranded with non-functional bikes and dealers unable to provide basic service. Quality control has collapsed as the brand prioritizes volume over reliability. Production complaints are skyrocketing across their entire model range, from electrical system failures on the Himalayan to transmission issues on the 650 Twins. Online owner forums have transformed from enthusiast communities to de facto support groups for dealing with chronic reliability problems that the manufacturer seems unwilling or unable to address. Royal Enfield's style over substance approach is losing its appeal as competitors copy the vintage aesthetic for thousands less. Chinese and Indian manufacturers have flooded the market with retro-styled machines that visually mimic Enfield's most popular models at dramatically lower price points, undermining the brand's value proposition. Even Japanese manufacturers have entered the retro segment with more reliable, similarly priced alternatives. The company's financial situation has deteriorated rapidly in key markets. U.S. sales dropped 28% in the first half of this year, while European registrations fell 35%. Most alarming is their weakening position in the critical Indian home market, where domestic competitors are eroding their once dominant market share. Cash flow problems have forced the company to delay several promised model updates, with the long-awaited 650 cubic centimeter cruiser now pushed back indefinitely. Dealer dissatisfaction has reached critical levels, with many multi-brand dealerships minimizing their Royal Enfield inventory or dropping the brand entirely. Service departments report parts backlogs stretching months for routine maintenance items, while warranty claim reimbursements are being delayed or denied at unprecedented rates. These operational failures indicate a company in far deeper financial trouble than their public statements suggest. Number 3. Triumph. The British breakdown at Triumph Motorcycles reveals how quickly market conditions can reverse, even for established premium brands. Their resale slump tells the story. Once premium Bonnevilles and street triples are now selling for bargain basement prices on the used market. Models that commanded near MSRP on the secondary market just 2 years ago now struggled to sell for 60% of original retail, with selling times stretching into months rather than days. Economic pressure has hit Triumph's higher spec models particularly hard. The flagship Tiger 1200, Speed Triple RS, and Rocket 3 are sitting unsold on dealer floors as buyers flee to cheaper Japanese and emerging market alternatives. The premium pricing that once signified exclusivity and desirability now represents an insurmountable barrier for increasingly cost-conscious consumers. Triumph's British heritage, long a cornerstone of their marketing and pricing strategy, no longer justifies premium positioning in today's cost-conscious market. Consumers have become increasingly pragmatic, prioritizing value, reliability, and operating costs over emotional brand connections. This shift fundamentally undermines Triumph's entire business model, which relies heavily on emotional rather than rational purchasing decisions. Financial disclosures from Triumph's privately held parent company reveal alarming trends. Global sales volume declined 22% year over year, with North American deliveries down a catastrophic 37%. Cash reserves have dwindled to cover less than 4 months of operating expenses at current burn rates. Meanwhile, dealer incentive spending has doubled in a desperate attempt to clear inventory, further straining already precarious finances. Perhaps most concerning is Triumph's quiet cancellation of several promised model updates, and their significant reduction in research and development spending, down 43% compared to 2 years ago. These behind-the-scenes cuts strongly suggest a company in survival mode, rather than one investing in future growth. Multiple industry sources confirm that Triumph has begun preliminary discussions with potential buyers for certain assets and technology patents, a clear sign they are preparing for significant restructuring, or worse. Husqvarna's street motorcycle failure represents one of the most expensive brand extension disasters in recent industry history. Their product confusion starts with road-focused models like the Vitpilin and Svartpilin, which have failed to find market traction or develop a base of repeat buyers. These design-forward machines generated initial buzz, but translated into abysmal sales figures, with some dealers reporting they sold fewer than 5 units all year. The identity crisis stemming from overlap with their KTM parent company has destroyed Husqvarna's unique positioning in the market. Consumers increasingly recognize that Husqvarna street bikes are essentially restyled KTMs, with different bodywork and a significant price premium. This perception has made it nearly impossible for the brand to establish a distinct value proposition or loyal customer base in the street segment. Despite undeniably attractive designs, Husqvarna's style without sales problem continues to worsen. The visual differentiation they achieved has not translated into sustainable business volume. Industry data shows Husqvarna street model sales down 42% year over year, with some models selling in double-digit quantities nationwide for entire quarters. Behind closed doors, KTM Group executives have begun discussions about dramatically reducing Husqvarna's street model lineup, or eliminating it entirely, to focus on the more successful off-road segment. Internal documents reveal Husqvarna street bikes cost from 30 to 40% more to produce per unit than comparable KTM models due to lower production volumes, creating an unsustainable manufacturing scenario. Dealer network issues compound these problems, with many retailers reporting that Husqvarna street models generate the lowest floor traffic to sales conversion rate in their entire inventory. The brand's ambiguous market positioning leaves potential customers confused about who these motorcycles are designed for and why they should pay a premium over established competitors with clearer identities. CF Moto's price war suicide strategy has finally caught up with them in spectacular fashion. Their aggressive undercutting has destroyed profitability across their entire dealer network. The razor-thin margins, often less than $300 per unit, leave no room for proper pre-delivery inspection, customer service, or after-sales support, creating a fundamentally unsustainable business model for retailers. Their support system failure is accelerating as warranty and parts logistics collapse under rapid expansion pressure. Dealers report parts back orders stretching 3 to 6 months for routine maintenance items, while warranty claim processing times have extended from weeks to months. These operational failures directly impact customer experiences, turning early adopters into vocal critics who warn others away from the brand. The budget positioning that initially helped CF Moto gain market share has created devastating reliability perception problems that could kill the brand permanently. While actual quality has improved in recent years, the brand remains tainted by early issues and ongoing support challenges. Online motorcycle communities are increasingly filled with CF Moto ownership horror stories, bikes abandoned due to unavailable parts, dealers refusing warranty work due to delayed reimbursements, and resale values that make trade-ins virtually impossible. What most consumers do not realize is the precarious financial situation behind CF Moto's global expansion. Internal documents reveal the company operates on credit lines secured against future production, creating a cash flow nightmare when sales do not meet projections. Recent financial reports show the company missed revenue targets by 32%, while simultaneously increasing unsold inventory by 27%, a recipe for immediate financial disaster. Most alarming are the emerging fraud allegations surrounding CF Moto's warranty practices. Former employees have provided documentation showing systematic denial of valid warranty claims, fraudulent reporting to financial backers, and deliberate understaffing of technical support departments. These allegations have reportedly triggered a federal investigation into potential consumer fraud that could result in criminal charges against executives, explaining why several high-level managers abruptly resigned last month. The writing isn't just on the wall. It's carved in stone. 6 major manufacturers are in terminal decline, dealers are drowning in unsold inventory, and riders face a future where their expensive machines become unsupported orphans. This is not speculation. It is financial reality backed by quarterly reports, dealer surveys, and industry data. The companies that defined motorcycle culture for generations are vanishing before our eyes. Whether you ride American Iron, Italian exotics, or budget-friendly alternatives, the landscape is shifting beneath your wheels. Choose wisely now, because what you buy today determines whether you will be riding tomorrow or staring at an expensive paperweight in your garage. If you have made it this far, you understand what is happening. Now share your perspective. Do you think these brands can survive? Or am I underestimating the damage? Who do you think is next to fall? Subscribe now because my next video exposes which Japanese manufacturer is secretly preparing to exit the US market entirely. It is not who you think.